P320 AXG Classic. I'm Sig. We're gonna get right into this one. But before we do, let's talk about our channel sponsors, Tag Firearms, where you can get some of the best high-end firearms from manufacturers like Triarch, H&K, B&T, Noveski, and plenty more. So make sure you go ahead and follow them on Instagram or take a look at their website at tagfirearms.com. So the Sig P320 AXG Classic. So I grabbed this gun probably about 2 months ago. Full disclosure, I bought this with my own money because I have gone through the 320 rabbit hole more times than I'd like to mention. I like the design philosophy behind the platform. Having a modular gun that you can just, swap FCUs around, put them in different grip modules, different slide lengths, different barrels, and sometimes even chassis systems like, the Flux Defense Raider and other things that are offered out there. So I do like the design behind the gun. I'm not sure if I like how they actually executed the design, but we'll talk about that some other time. I'm gonna go ahead and bet that this is probably one of the better 320s I've shot, if not the best one for me, personally. Now, I've gone down the P320 rabbit hole plenty of times. I've had an X Compact, I've shot the Legions, I've had an M17 and M18, and I think an Agency 320. None of them really felt that great to me. I felt like the polymer in the 320 series wasn't as good as other polymer guns. I thought it felt kind of, dainty and thin. There was a little bit too much flex and give for me. But when they announced that they were going to come out with an aluminum frame one, I was pretty excited for a few reasons. One reason is because I like the fact that it gives you a little bit more mass in your hand. It's a little bit more dense. So you got a little bit more weight to it, so that helps soak up a lot of recoil there. The rigidity in this aluminum frame definitely helps out a lot with the gun. Unlike polymer guns where you have to have these stippled by someone to give you a little bit more texture on the actual grip, this one you can just change out the grip panels. At the time when I bought this, Tactical Dev was the only company that was making grip panels for this. These are kind of smooth. I like the design, but they didn't really give me much, but they are large instead of medium. But now I believe VZ grips and lock grips, if I'm not mistaken, make some. And those are G10, a lot more aggressive. So those are probably a better option to go for if you want an aggressive biting grip. The AXG Classic came with the standard hook trigger in this. I changed this one out for an Armory Craft full adjustable trigger and the positive reset spring that they sell as well. That helped clean up the action of this gun a lot. And I have played with a few of the triggers for this. I've played with the Agency, I've played with the Apex, and I've also played with, I forget the name of it. There's a few of them out there. I've played with them all, including the Legion triggers. I don't think any of the custom triggers from the Sig custom shop do anything. It's more or less just an FCU with maybe a flat face or something like that. The angle of a trigger can help, but I am more into having a little bit more adjustment in there and having a little bit more done than just having a shoe. So keep that in mind when you get some of these. There may just be a different angle to the shoe, not so much changes to the FCU. One con I don't like about the 320, and it's not going to go away no matter what grip module you get, the bore axis. It's up there. It's not to the moon and back, but it's up there. It's definitely a little bit higher than some guns like a P10C or a Glock 19 or any Glock for that matter. It's definitely up there, and you do feel it. You do feel the little snappiness because of the bore axis. One good thing about the 320 is, like I said, the modularity. I mean, you can just snap this FCU out of this grip module and put it in anything else, but like I said in this review, I'll probably keep it in this grip module, and if anything, I would change other parts of this, probably not the grip module. That is the one thing I would keep, because to me, that is really making this system, for me currently, is the aluminum grip module. There are not too many striker-fired guns out there that are aluminum or steel, and when they do tend to do it, they tend to kind of make them heavy, like the Walther Q4 steel frame. That's a striker-fired gun in a metal frame, but that's also a 40-ounce gun. This is actually about 31 ounces, which actually puts this 3 ounces lighter than a Staccato P. One thing to note, this AXG Classic is one of the SIGs that did come with the milling and the holes, not only for the Leupold Delta Point Pro, but this also has the holes for the Trijicon RMR as well. So you can mount one. It does have the holes in there. It is not that snug because it's cut for the Delta Point and the Trijicon, but you can mount the screws. If I remember, I'll put in the description below what size screws, because it doesn't come with the appropriate size and they're kind of hard to find, but I did find them, so I'll try to leave that in the comments or the description. But I will also say, if you do not Loctite these, once these get loose in here without an adapter plate to make sure it's a snug fit, you will get some wiggle in the RMR, so just keep that in mind. So let's talk a little bit more about the other things I like about the grip. So the grip angle of this is really great in your hand. I mean, it feels honestly probably like a 226 or a 229. Those were one of my favorite guns back in the day. I liked how the 226 and the 229 felt and looked in my hand, and this is very, very reminiscent, almost in size and weight. So you get a very similar recoil impulse and feeling out of this setup. I would honestly venture to say that this is probably the best 320 offering you can set up. Obviously, if you want to throw a comp on here or something like that, it'll probably smooth it out a little bit more. But this, for me personally, is probably the best you're going to get right now out of the 320 series. I have never been a fan of the polymer grip modules. Even if we talk about the Wilsons and stuff like that, I've gone all the way down the rabbit hole with it. I never found one that felt that great to me. Even going all the way up to getting an agency one, they all just kind of felt just not that great in my hands. I tried the best. This one, on the other hand, surprises me every time I take it out and shoot it. And sometimes I'll forget that I even have this. I'll take it out, I'll shoot it, and I'll be like, damn, I actually kind of like this thing. So make sure to take a look at the Sig AXG Classic. I'm not a shill. I'm not going to sit here and just say I love Sig. In fact, like I said, you're not going to hear me say too many great things about the 320 platform. Outside of this one, if you want a 320, or if you're issued a 320, or if you can change out grip modules, make sure you take a really strong look at the AXG aluminum grip module. I feel like that will probably change your mind about a lot of things about the 320. I just wanted to go ahead and get a quick hit on this for you guys so you guys can make an informed decision on this, because I know I tend to be back and forth and I look for reviews and I don't always find the reviews that I need or want to find on certain systems. So I definitely wanted to talk about this one, the AXG Classic. Make sure you take a look at it. If you find one, I know that they have the AXGs on the website for just the grip module. They're about $400 if I'm not mistaken, or you can find a Scorpion or AXG Classic somewhere in a local gun shop. But definitely take a look at these, because if you, like me, miss having metal frame guns where you can change out grip panels, or just, you know, the feeling of having a metal, aluminum, or steel frame gun, make sure you check this out, the Sig AXG Classic. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap everything up. Make sure you like, subscribe, and if you haven't, go ahead and hit up Tag Firearms on Instagram or Facebook, or make sure you hit me up at Devin_with_and_I. And I will see you guys next time on QRC.